Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. This is the Man Council, the show where the truth might hurt just a little bit. So we'll be talking about love, relationships. I'm the Naked DJ, and my entourage is here in all their splendor. I've got the spring-looking Kaya in the house, very colorful.
Listen,
I'll spring on you, boo.
And of course, Ikhrotman, we have T-Boss in the house. Yeah, man, and our special guest joining us a bit later on will be something just for you, ladies, because we love the ladies here on this show. Dating coach and writer, Duduzile Ntlabati, a.k.a. Sis Dude.
yeah.
Yes, and guys, I cannot wait because she's going to be answering a lot of your questions. So please, nisithumelele ama-relationship dilemmas nama-drama in khona la ku-Facebook Live wethu noma ku-Twitter wethu at The Man Council SA.
All right, let's get straight into it. Naked, the week. How did it go?
Now, a great week. Something that I had to deal with this week is long-distance relationships.
Oh.
Yay or nay?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mm-hmm. Hey, if there are things that will test love, it's a distance,
Okay.
Because whenever you need your person, because need doesn't keep an appointment. Doesn't keep a diary. It doesn't say I'm going to see you in a fortnight.
Yeah.
Because at that moment in time, something happened in the office or something happened on your way home and you just need a cuddle. Where's long distance there?
No, there's nothing wrong with long distance. If you have money, you can do long distance. If you don't try it. Because you can fly anytime you want to fly. If there is an advantage of a private jet, it would be better. But if there's money, you can see boo. Even you can just pop in, do lunch and fly out.
Okay.
All I know is that time is energy and energy feeds love.
Time is money.
I
and love is money.
Yeah, all I'm saying is if your partner loves you enough, when they are away, they should be open enough so that you can satisfy yourself, right?
Uh-oh.
Let me see what you want to say. Okay, no,
so
she's
what's the
blocked
final
us.
words? What are you saying?
All I'm saying is hell no. Doesn't work with me. If I need to be on top of you right now, you better be right here, or else I'm going to be on top of something else.
You need to be emotionally mature for you to sustain it. So I'll say go for it, but just know you're going to need the strength.
I'm going to stick to my story. I was in a very successful long-distance relationship for a good 2 years, ladies, and gents.
Okay.
All right.
But there was money involved. I used to fly out to Joburg. I was staying in Durban. I'd be coming to Joburg every Friday and flying out on Sundays. If I can't, he comes to Durban. It's live. It's live. It's live.
So Ching Ching was there. All right.
So that's the only way we did it.
All right, Kaya, and what did you find?
Ooh, guys, there's a friend of mine who was asking me about this. Because you know how women feel after they've been introduced to family. They feel like, yes, they are our girls. I'm in.
That's a stamp. That's a stamp.
Yeah. But the families, guys, why are they doing this whole thing of treating every girl who gets introduced makoti? Every girl who comes out, makoti, right? The next one who comes, makoti, right? No. Oh yeah, makoti. The other one, kwapa one, kwapa two, kwapa three. There must be a man. What's your take, guys?
No, man, look, the family doesn't want to keep all their eggs in one basket. The thing is, to me, umakoti, they just, they still sizing you out. And when you leave the house, they'll actually say, hey, no, we don't want this person back.
I am that kind of father that you must never introduce somebody until you are sure. Ever. So you introduce one and that's it.
But we've met I have a lot of friends who always feel like, oh my God, he's the one. He's the one. I'm like, babe, you said that 2 months ago about that. So that's the thing. Yeah. With me, I block them. I have a brother who been introducing us. My sister entertains a lot of them. Yeah. She even chats with them on WhatsApp. Hey, Squeezer, hey, Squeezer, hey, Squeezer. I'm like, no. So I'm not anyone's friend amongst all of them. They walk in, hi. Hi. The day you maybe decide to marry her or whatever the case may be, I cannot be in. I actually told my friend, oh, shame, I almost said his name. And you guys know the friend. I said, you can't keep on introducing me to new people.
Yeah.
It's good because now you break up with them, I'm stuck with them as a friend.
Okay. So what kind of in-law are you?
I'm an in-law who really doesn't give a shit about you.
Wow.
Live your life, boo. Like, I don't care. You guys are having babies or you're not having babies. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. So
I think there's no structure in that family. That's why he keeps on bringing them in and out.
Like the guy, like my brother is like a lover of women. He appreciates them so much. He does it every minute.
Hold on, which family is this? Are we in Kandla or?
Yeah, man, ladies mustn't count their chickens
So
before
no,
they hatch.
I really think they should. I really think they should do.
Umakoti.
Yes,
Unless
I really
Umakoti,
think that's
you are
the
not
thing.
a
I think they
Makoti.
should just. Oh ma, the first time I'm agreeing with you, are you trying to sleep with me?
Well, I mean...
Yeah, you just said the right things. Yeah, you didn't say no. You didn't say no.
Was that a no?
well, hey, the day is still young. Who knows?
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, you are right. It happens, and especially with African families, that any girl you bring, there's like this warm embrace.
Yes.
All right? Is it because polygamy is still part of our sort of DNA?
But not all of us can afford it. So for the first time in life, we all agreed on one thing.
Woo! Yes.
Threesome!
Oh, wow.
Threesome.
I have something for you guys.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What
It's in the
goodness.
friendship space.
Yeah.
Can two heterosexual people be close friends of the opposite sex without the other not catching feelings?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They can. If they both really, really, really are ugly. I'm dead serious. Can you imagine even if you were just the ugly one, but you've got a sexy as hell, gorgeous friend in your bed? It's like, good night, Chummy. Doll.
No, but the other thing though is if you spend enough time with somebody, you start liking things about them.
Yeah.
Even things that are not necessarily there. Yeah. You know? Because when you first met them, you didn't like their nose. Now all of a sudden you're like,
not
that
so
nose is
bad.
so sexy. I
It's
want to
not
put
so
my
bad.
dick in there. You know, I want to shove my dick in that nose. You know?
I really didn't know that's how you felt about me. Is that how you felt about me?
You see, I say it's like using your words, this guy's corrupting me. You must help me. Having a dick in the glass cage.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
In
dick
case-
is the new drink word. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Drink is the new.
There we go, there we go.
One of my favorite vegetables.
I mean, having a dick in a glass cage in case of emergency, break the glass. That's how it feels like. Because you can easily use it. Because the chances are you are more open with your friends than you are with your lover. I always say we are more gentle and kind to our friends than we are to our lovers.
Yeah.
And the chances are, based on that, you'll end up falling in love, so to speak, with a friend because you're more comfortable with them. I mean, what stops you from exchanging juices?
Exactly. I mean, I'll end up falling in your pussy. If you're that close to me, I fall in your pussy real quick.
Juices. You gotta drink for pussy. I'm sorry.
Oh my word.
getting
I'm
cockeyed.
drinking tea. What's in your... Don't answer that. It's fine.
No. But I mean, guys.
Final word? What do you say?
Oh, shame. You know what? Let the universe just do it. If you guys are gonna shag, you're gonna shag. If you won't, you won't.
But you see, the problem is the minute you start shagging, you're hitting others. So there's a lot at stake here. Because nobody wants to go to bed knowing that they've been the bad guy.
No, so are you planning to tell?
How?
do you
Exactly. Hurting others, how? They won't know.
Excuse me?
The only person you're hurting is
I
the one
spoke
you
to a
are
wife who's not
pounding
watching.
right now. The person you
I
are
spoke to
pounding.
your wife.
Then
She's
they
not
catch
watching.
feelings.
Just speak honestly.
They catch feelings, they find you with madame, and they give you the telling hug. Girls have a subliminal language they use to tell the other that I have tasted that.
Okay, maybe it works differently for me because I'm an actor. I drop the youngest monologue.
Which is?
Me.
Oh no. Are we back at
Like,
the me?
how did you... You think what the hell is wrong with you? You know what? Actually, maybe I should do it. Twist this entire thing, make them cry. Actually, before we ruin everything, before we ruin...
Then I have to ask this
Before we
question.
ruin it, guys.
Now we know from the 1/3 of the Men Council that we shouldn't trust actors and actresses, right? Would you date one? If you had a chance?
Look,
Would you date one again?
I like to role. I like to role play. So actors, actresses.
I can be a nurse. You can be the patient. All right, guys, before we ruin this topic, let's call the experts. I mean, guys, you all want to hear it. So, go on Twitter at the Man Council SA. Hashtag Man Council SA. Kasimamgele, dating coach and writer. What's this do?
Yes.
I heard you have to bring a drink here.
Yeah, bring a drink. With that kind of party.
Welcome.
But unfortunately, I have to be sober for the advice.
Oh my word!
You are sober for the advice?
You're looking awesome.
Thank you.
I always have to drink for the advice.
Okay, so Sis Dudu, before we get into anything, so what are your top 3 relationship advices or tips that you can give to people out there, ladies and gents?
Okay, the first one is show me who you're sleeping with and I'll tell you your philosophy about your life. You are who you sleep with.
Oh, I need an example. Come on, this is a bit here.
If you go around calling men douchebags, you deserve one. Because you are one too. So we have.
So I'm naked. Like I'm naked. You look shit. Okay. I am naked.
Yes. Because you're sleeping with him.
Don't put words in my mouth.
What would you like me to put in your mouth?
Stop! So that's the first advice that I generally give to people. The second advice that I give to people is that it is okay to circular date, especially to women. I think South Africa, we think, well, a lot of South Africans, and I think because of our culture, we think that if we are exploring and interviewing people, then we are sleeping with many partners. But you know what? You have to interview the men that you're actually going to
That's my next tattoo. Boom.
What's it going to say? So what you're saying is have a pool.
Yes, you must have a pool. Why is it that when you apply for a job, you send your CVs to a couple of people, but then comes Thabo, and then you meet Thabo and he's the one? That's why he disappears after 3 months, because you give him your all. She who shows the least interest has the most power. That's what you need to understand.
Amen to that.
Number 3?
I think number 3 is to have fun. So dating is not about the end goal. It really is to have fun. And a lot of people, you see, a lot of women have never had options. I always say that until a woman has explored all options, she mustn't even consider monogamy. You must go out there, you must explore, you must interview. So if you're just going to go and take the first available guy, what's wrong with you? You know, if you're going to buy a car, and I'm buying a car from you, and I walk into, I just bought a Mini. I walk in and you say, take this one, take this one, take with this one. And you haven't allowed me to explore other models. What's wrong with this one? So are you trying to get rid of it?
Okay. But hold on. Let's take this girl to be a girl.
Yes.
And she's walking into a baker's man warehouse.
Yes.
Therefore, you are saying instead of just buying it, you eat some more, get the choice assorted?
No, explore.
That's just choice assorted is?
Yes. No, not necessarily. So you might actually go and see there's choice assorted. You might actually, sometimes you know what you want. But in an eat some more packet, there's more than one cookie. So why is it that, you know, you get there and you take the first available cookie? It's okay. You know, sometimes we know our people. We know I'm meant to be with Kaya. It's just that Kaya doesn't want me, but I'm meant to be with him. And I know this from the start. But sometimes we don't know. And we are so afraid of exploring because we're going to be called bad names. Like, you know, she's a whore, she's this and this and
Mala.
It's okay to kiss a lot of boys. Why is it that men are allowed to do it, but women are not?
All right. Okay, let's segue into this, the other thing.
No, but with exploring, but not settling, I just want to send a message, guys. Our last week's guest.
Yeah.
Ayanda, I hope you heard. Explore.
I told you, Ayanda might have can realign some people.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There we go.
All I'm saying is that, what are the 3 common mistakes that women make while dating?
Okay, so the first thing that we do is that we tend to put the needs of others first. And I understand this because we are conditioned to be nurturers, to look after people. So what we do is that we get there, and instead of saying, this is what I want, you know, I always make this example and I say, I love gold diggers. This is what gold diggers do. Gold diggers get there and they say, I want a guy who's going to buy me a townhouse and a Porsche. So I meet Quentin, and Quentin, after 3 months, is not getting to the story and whatever. I don't sit there and try and encourage Quentin. It's either he can buy me a Porsche or he can't buy me a Porsche. On to the next one, right?
Next
so
one,
what gold diggers do. But a lot of women, what they do is that I meet you, right? And I'm looking for a committed relationship. I don't want to be a side chick. I don't want to be this. And I get there and you're like, you are married, hey? I've got a wife. And then I stick around for what? What about my needs? I have needs. Why is it that you are allowing another person to determine how you deserve to be loved, right? You decide how you want to be loved. And if the person is not giving you that, on to the next one. There are lots of men on this planet.
All right. So, number 2.
The other thing is that we are not, you know, they say there's a difference between self-love and self-deception. So we are living in this era where you have to appreciate yourself, and a lot of it is embedded in feminism. And I don't have a problem with feminism because I think I'm a feminist. But what happens is that with a lot of women is that we have these unrealistic standards for another person, but we don't meet our own standards. So I get a lot of women coming in and saying, you know what, I want this kind of guy and this kind of guy and this guy. And I'm like, if you were this guy, would you date you? So if you're looking for this guy who's a 9, who is amazing, do you know how many options he has? Do you know how many women actually want to date a 9? Why would he look at you? What is so special about you?
Stick to your lane, boo.
The third one, the third and the last one. We've been schooled here.
Listen, I'm listening.
I think the last one is that it is important to have game. So I always have this theory. Well, not a theory. It's actually, if you see a lot of women, they get to their 20s and they get confused. They're like, oh, dating has changed. What's happening here? Because when you're young and you're playing on the playground, right, you have boys chasing after you. You know, they just want you. When you don't have to do anything. So you don't learn game. And guys, at that particular moment, because they're looking for your attention, from the age with they're 10 or 12, whenever they start looking at girls, they learn the way in which to influence a girl to get to look at them. They get to their 20s, they have a bit of money, they look better than you, and so forth and whatever. And now the power shifts, right? It's no longer that, you know what, guys only look for women. Women are also looking for boys. But because we don't have game. So we have bad dating etiquette. We have bad texting etiquette. We even have bad relationship etiquette. A lot of people invest. You know, I always say this. I'm like, the reason why, you know, people say, why must somebody go to see a dating coach to learn how to date? I'm like, have you seen how many single people are out there? Yeah. And most of the time is that dating is counterintuitive, especially for a lot of women. Okay. What they've been taught by their aunts, and and people have to understand this. Before then, you had what you called chaperones. And in all cultures, be it the Western or the African culture, where somebody who had walked that path before would school you about men or the next phase in your life. Now you have your mom's confused about men, your aunt's confused about men, your older sister's confused about men. So the advice they are giving you is basic. You're going to be basic and have basic kids who are going to give you basic grandkids. You have to break the cycle at some point. All right. And you have to school yourself about certain things.
Let's find out. I've got something here. It's quite interesting. Actually, it's from Anonymous on Facebook. Okay. I've been dating this guy for a while, and I have met his family and everything. I even became friendly with his brother's wife. One night while we were out, him and I saw his brother, who I know he looks up to, being overly friendly with another woman. When I tried to speak to my man about it, he told me to mind my own business. She's asking, should I be worried about him and his possible ways if that's his attitude?
All right.
Possibly. So there's two things. One, I think the other thing is that you're dating, you're not married. So you have to draw the line, what is your business and what isn't. A lot of women, like your earlier statement, you meet somebody and you're there, hey, like you're into his family affairs. You have to learn to separate yourself, number one. And I think that comes from is because now she struck a friendship with the brother's wife. And as
doesn't make you family.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily. That's number one. The other two is that, yes, she must actually look at the values of this guy. You know, if he doesn't see anything wrong with that, you know, I always say, let's look at, for example, having multiple partners. If you come from a home where polygamy was fine, or, you know, having multiple partners was okay, you don't see anything wrong with that. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person. It just simply says that is your frame of reference. So she has to sit down and ask herself, does her values and his values align? And is she happy with it? And if she's not happy with it, unfortunately, honey, maybe you have to look for somebody else.
Shouldn't you, you know, you should always nip things in the bud, because when you start going out and, you know, getting introduced to that family, it's all part of orientation. action.
Yes.
So as a person, don't you say, look, I will not stick up for this kind of behavior? Should she not just, instead of going back home and thinking things through, is that not a place for her to say, this is nonsense?
Yeah.
I want to cut this rubbish right now.
So the other thing that I think we're missing here is that she herself is missing the whole point. She's not paying attention. The fact that she said it, he looks up to him.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's quiet about it.
She's answered herself.
Yes, she's answered herself, because the fact that she's saying this guy's quiet about it, he's disappointed.
Okay.
So you are romanticizing his disappointment to affect you. Sit down, pay attention, because that's what misses a lot. And that's actually what messes up a lot of relationships. The fact that we don't pay attention to these little things. He just said it right there.
Yeah.
You know, he's disappointed that his role model is behaving that way, but he doesn't know how to vocalize it, as you know how to decode those negative emotions.
Yes, but then there's that thing that says the brother, he looks up to the person. So is she worried that he will influence this particular man into behaving that way when she's not around?
What happened to him being an individual, by the way?
I just think this girl doesn't want to solve her own problems, and she's taking her power away, unfortunately. So to your point, Quentin, to say that she should actually deal with this early on. But she's afraid. So what would happen? So I'm dating you. You like Quentin. He's your brother. You look up to him. And he's doing snarks things. If I come to you and I say, I will not tolerate this, I'm going to get either one of the responses. The first response is that, okay, I don't appreciate it. This is how I feel about it. Or you can go, it's your problem, so what? Right? And I need to make a decision. Whichever answer you give me, I need to make a decision. She doesn't want to make a decision about this guy.
She must listen.
She doesn't want to.
Let's move on to the next one. All right, now we have Letitia from Cape Town. Letitia says, every time we get drunk, my friend and her boyfriend, they hint towards a three of us hooking up.
Yes.
I always thought it was a joke until recently when the topic came up when we were sober. And I now realize that they're actually being serious, and I'm entertaining the idea. Should we go ahead? Will things be the same? What are the rules? And I am new to this.
What's Letitia's problem?
No.
Boo! No, I don't mind. The friend, if she's about it, she must understand that things like that have risks. Is she willing to take the risk? Because maybe a friend Leo invites her to Letrisam is way amazing compared to than you are. You are building a wall. I don't know if you're going to be able to jump over or it's going to fall on top of you one day.
And so I catch feelings too, yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is the thing. Your friend could be like, I've never had dick this good. You know what I mean?
You said dick, hey.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. There.
Yeah, to look in the eye.
Oh, please, that whole look in the eye thing. I tried it. I'm still fine.
Okay, so guys, let's get to why Sis Dudu is here, okay?
Oh, yeah,
Sis Dudu, we have this wonderful game that we play with
favorite.
all our guests. So we're going to give you 3 names, right? 3 people, and you have to tell us which one of them will you marry,
Yes.
which one will you kill, and which one would you shag?
Like Kaya puts it, which one would you? Ne?
The first one.
And then which one
is
would you?
Ecomash.
And which one would you?
The second one is Atu Gupta.
Yeah.
The third one is Patrice Motsepe.
Wow. Yep. So which will you marry, kill, or shag?
Think about it very carefully, my baby. Yeah. It's kind of...
Okay, definitely I'll definitely kill Ecomash.
Why?
Because I'm not going to shag or marry him. Like, what use is he in my life?
Word on the street is he is well hung. He's hung like a horse. Like that beast in his pants. It needs to be wrestled. So.
No, sorry, Eco, but I would kill you.
And you know girls pay attention to girls. Detail. They know the spots.
Yeah, no.
Oh, so you don't like big dicks.
I was about to say that. I was like, so you just don't like big dick. So we out of that.
I'm going to drink to that.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, we said it so many times.
They'll give you a good dick and a makeover at the same damn
no,
time.
No, you must drink.
You know?
No, but I mean...
That's how it works here.
So now, the answers?
Yo, guys. Okay, the only reason why I will not marry Patrice is because he's the only one I would be able to shag in all of this. And then that other Gupta person.
Wait. Why shag Patrice? Are you shagging money or are you why Patrice? Why Beba senseless?
You have a thing for rich guys, basically.
Yeah. No big dicks, but money.
I don't like poverty. I was never designed for ordinary experiences, but that's not about
my life.
But okay, first thing, he's not a bad-looking daddy. You know.
You shag or marry him?
No, I'd shag him.
Shag him.
Yeah,
you'll marry Gupta?
Pretty much. That's all left.
You know what? If I can't have love, then I'll have the money.
So you're not suffering from jungle fever, it's spice fever.
So Iko was gonna love you.
No.
She wants kids with the good hair. With the good hair.
I wouldn't marry him for kids. We'd just marry, divorce after 2 years.
Oh wow, that's the game?
Yeah, I'd do that.
That Janet Jackson game.
Let's find this out. What are the perks of being Dudu Gupta?
What would be? A nice wardrobe, really. Honestly, like a stunning wardrobe.
Looking at her shoes?
Yeah, you know. I'll have a nice... What
are those?
They're Jimmy shoes.
Siaba coats. Baby girl, you can afford Jimmy Choo. Your life is nice.
Do you fuck with your shoes on?
You need to see your shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just put a disclaimer, baby? So, yes.
You fuck with your shoes
if
on.
it's requested.
Can you see the shoes? Hello?
And those are fuck me shoes.
No, definitely.
Yeah, those are fuck me shoes.
Did you buy them yourself? Or?
No, I didn't. An ex-lover bought them for me. And he was an ex-lover already, and he wanted me back in his life. And
what is his handle, boo? Boo, what the handle be, boo? Drop it on the DM,
So you welcome taking gifts from exes?
If you're going to give me a gift, whether you're an ex, a prospect, or whatever, that is your problem, not mine.
If I want to give you an orgasm as a gift?
No, if I wanted one, you know, but... You guys are out of order.
This is the Man Council, baby.
The truth might. Just a little. So, right now, who are you busy with?
I have a boyfriend, Shemias, and I love him so
Why did you say
much.
shame?
Because he's the complete opposite of me. He's an introvert, he's a strong, silent type, and I am me.
He's a boy. You referred to him as a little boyfriend.
He's a boyfriend.
Do you want a man?
Actually,
do you want a man
older than him.
Oh,
Ben 1.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Ben 1.
Remix.
Finally, what's your final relationship throw there? With the advice, girls, don't do this, guys. Stop it.
Sure, more than anything, there is no point in being a side chick. And I know the guys are not going to agree with me. It's a waste of time, ladies.
Okay, I
It's
also
a
don't
waste
agree,
of time.
boo.
No, it's a waste of time.
Side
If you're
chick.
looking for a relationship, it's a
Side
waste
chicks
of
are so successful.
Why? But you know what? I'm going to put a disclaimer. I'm an incredibly hot woman, so I have options. So I've never understood the idea of somebody. I used to tell guys if they were married and they say I want you, I'd be like, in 3 months' time, a guy who's going to give me the relationship I want is going to come, and I'm going to dump you. And I feel that you have to love yourself arrogantly. You have to actually carry yourself with the confidence of a mediocre
Did you
white
get
man.
banned as a side chick?
That's right.
What happened?
I was never a side chick.
How
I
do
never
you know?
understood.
How do
yes,
you know?
exactly.
Because you said, remember you said in the beginning of the show that you have to have options until you choose.
Yes.
So what happens if you're an option at one point? You will never know.
I was never told. I was never managed like a side chick. I just never understood the idea.
He was a good player.
Yeah,
Nah, I don't think I was. I had a player. But I wasn't a side chick.
Oh, Nkusiam.
But now here's a single sister. She's sitting watching this show.
Yes.
Some of the advices you gave, I mean, they were like out of this planet.
Yes.
Crazy to say the least. Are you saying she must go crazy?
No, I'm not saying. You see, that's a reason. Men have learned to manage women. They've told us what we can and what we can't get. And this is the feminist that comes out of me.
Yeah.
So I am saying that whatever you want in life, you can get.
Put it
You
forward,
must just be brave enough to hold yourself to that standard. The standard I held myself to
Don't
was
drop
that
the bar.
I don't want to be
Keep
a
it
side
raised,
chick.
yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to hold themselves to that standard because this guy comes, T-boss, and he's nice and he's charming and whatever.
Thank
and
you,
I am
thank
single
you.
and thirsty.
I have to take it. For the first time I get a compliment on this show. Come on. Thank you.
You know, okay. And they're thirsty. And then there's no one who's knocking on their door. So they don't hold themselves to that standard.
You must have a problem when someone's not knocking.
Yeah,
There's a problem with you. Someone out there should be wanting to knock.
That's right.
That's
you don't
just
deserve
it.
a relationship.
Guys, don't be alive.
Yeah.
You can't. You are saying just not anyone. Someone should be. Guys.
No, but the people you want.
But this doesn't
knocking.
put in Mr. Deliverer again.
No, but that's the thing. Are you the people they want?
Exactly. That's what I was asking. So they don't know this.
Type because me ngithi type yami naked. Next thing you naked is say woman. Understand? So I'm wrapping it up. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Yeah. We had the best time.
Awesome,
Unfortunately, so that's what this cuts missing now. So nice.
Yeah.
Good. We'll be back next. Myself, Ukaya Godada, and my ever so gorgeous naked DJ with the silent J because the D is so huge.
That's right.
Betty Bones. Guys, now call because Paella. Who want to Twitter to @Man Council SA. Now go on Facebook Live. Wait till the hour. New fucking hashtag. It's the Man Council SA is in Tandan.
Peace out. Yeah.